was your, main motivation to, push you to retire at 33 years old, when you got so much more left in you, at that time? What was the main factor?
My health. My health, man. You hear about CTE and all this other stuff, head injuries, and, you're harming your body playing football and stuff, but this stuff can happen just as fast in mixed martial arts as it can any other sport, you know what I mean? Because we're constantly feeding on each other. And, excuse me, I love myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, a lot of guys don't think about that. They want to get in these battles and just wars, and I'm like, I'm not about that life. I'm going to be honest, I was never a fighter. You know what I mean? I adjusted fighting was like natural to me in a way because I was just so athletic. I caught on to everything really quick.
Yeah.
Wow. Never meant to fight. I was meant to do something else, something greater in life. So, it was just time for me to move on, and I wanted to be able to have kids and be able to talk to them and play around with them by the time I'm 45. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of these guys already have kids that are in UFC and mixed martial arts. Getting knocked silly. You know what I mean? And like my man Diego Sanchez taking some hits, bro, and
wow,
he's dropping. You know what I mean? I'm like, I remember watching this guy on the Ultimate Fighter. He was killing it. Now, these guys are younger, bigger, and faster, stronger, and just they're taking over. And I'm like, I don't want to go out like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to be known as the guy who was getting his clock clean like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather get out on my own terms and good terms and healthy. Those guys, I'm not going to call them any names, but if those guys want to go in there and do that to themselves, go ahead. That's your life. That's your body. That's your future. But for me, I'm destined to do something greater.
I remember watching Kevin Randleman at the beginning of his career, and I remember, seeing him at the end of his life. I remember watching Chris Lieben, at the beginning of his career, and then I watch him, now, and it's totally different. I remember being a young man myself, being in the locker room once upon a time, and I was sitting next to Chief Wahoo McDaniel, and he was my idol when I was growing up. I was like, man, I'm sitting next to the Chief, and the Chief could barely put his boots on. He could barely lace his boots up, and I was like, wow, and I was a young kid in wrestling at that time, and I was like, man, I don't want to be like that, at the end of my career, and just like yourself, I said, man, I want to. I want to be able to play with my kids. I want to be able to, like now I love playing golf. I want to go out and play golf, and I think I cherish and value that a whole lot more than I did, performing. I honestly really do. That's a great deal as far as that's the, reason you're walking away from it. But the thing is, with the fight game with you, Rumble, everywhere you go, you got that recognizable face. I mean, you got a face that's distinctive. Everywhere you go, people are going to be asking you, man, when you going to be coming back, Rumble? When are you going to be making your return? I know you're getting that already.
Every day, brother. Every day. It doesn't stop. I go in the gas station, and the cashier is like, man, why did you stop? When you coming back? And things like that. I go in the restaurant, or hell, I go to the bathroom and I see somebody in there, they come out and they're like, man, what's up, bro? When are you coming back? And I'm just like, man, I'm done. Nobody really takes me serious. You know what I mean? Because they've seen so many guys retire and then try and come back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, BJ Penn did it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't. That's not me. When I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. So I'm finished, man. I do want to see the younger generation take over and watch their success. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to sit back and be a fan now instead of a fighter.
You said it. You hit it on the head. I mean, you look at George St. Pierre. He retired. We was wondering when he was going to be coming back. Now he's making his return.
Brock Lesnar, another one.
Exactly. Guys always seem to come back, and I tell you, man, people ask me that as well. Book, when you gonna get back in the ring? You got one more run left in you. And I'm like, bro, I'm done. I'm finished. You know, I'm moved on. I'm like, I'm not. I've actually sold all my boots on eBay. Forget it. You know, I got some good, got a good price for it.
I'm not about that life, man. I'm not about that life anymore. It was fun while it lasted, but man, I'm happy. I'm honestly happy, and it's just I'm moving on to something bigger, better, and safer.
At the end of the day, you know, all it is just a job, and I try to get that through a lot of people's head. They get in the business and they want to become stars, and then when it's all over with, they don't realize, hey, life goes on. You got to figure out, what's next, what's your next move, and I think, like I say, seeing yourself being able to move away from it and go into something different, that's huge, man. My question is, what is that next venture for Anthony Johnson?
Man,
movies.
I've been offered movies. I'm still doing appearances here and there for mixed martial arts and things like that. But I have my friend Paul. He's in Canada. We're opening up a facility. You know what I mean? And it's for medical uses. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, you can talk about it, man. We talk about that on there all the time. I'm all about that proposition.
Okay, yeah. So we getting it in that way. You know what I'm saying? That way.
Yeah.
And we got some good things going on, and it's already big. You know what I mean? We're just waiting on that law to pass, and then whenever it passes, we're golden.
You know,
we're playing our cards right. We are playing by the books. So that way there is no issues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're good to go. And if like I said, man, if you can find a job or anything that will help you grow and you make even more money without doing as near as much as you were doing before, especially if it's causing bodily harm, your previous job, then jump on board to something that that's better. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is,
that's what I'm doing.
If you're good at it too, you know what I mean. You jump on it, you run with it. I tell people all the time, if you're good at what you do and you're treating people the right way, you ain't got to worry about a check coming in the mail. I've been doing what I do for 26 years. I'm a kid that pretty much came from nothing, and it's like a snowball going downhill. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And like you say, my health is more important to me these days than anything. I'm 52 years old. I'm your senior, man. I'm your big brother, man. But I'm still trying to, I'm still trying to move forward. I'm still trying to, evolve. I'm still trying to stay relevant in this life. You know what I mean? And like you say, I see a lot of guys, and me personally, I'm an advocate. I'm an advocate for the fighter. You guys. Go through wars. You guys are warriors. You guys are modern day gladiators. You put your lives on the line every time you go inside of that octagon. And you talk about CTE, and one of my friends, Chris Nowinski. He's one of the guys who headed the Concussion Institute, and he's a guy who got kicked in the head playing college football and wondering now if he's going to have, those problems to deal with later on in his life. And we haven't done studies like that on the UFC fighters yet, you know what I mean? And I talk about that on this show all the time. What is that going to look like 20, years from now, maybe 10 years from now, when they do start doing the studies as far as what's happening to the fighter, that went in there and put his life on the line, blood, sweat, and tears. So I commend you, bro. I commend you 100% wholeheartedly for being able to step away from the game and think about your life. First and foremost, I just wish, many more thought like you do.
Yeah, man, I just couldn't do it anymore, And you gotta go in there and do your thing. You gotta go in there and make your money and get out.
Make your money and get out.
Make your money and get out. And that's why Conor McGregor is like killing it. He's straight killing it. You know what I mean?
I give him a lot of credit too, man. I give him a lot of credit, and I tell guys, you can't hate on the guy that make the deal and the best deal for himself. And the thing is, when you got talent, cream rides to the top. You know what I mean? You got something that I want, you're gonna pay for it. He's making the UFC pay, and I just wish so many more of those guys could actually get the payday, because they sold that company for a whole lot of money, and that money,
billions, son.
exactly, and that money should be trickling down to the fighter, the octagon warrior that goes in there and keep that company alive. Because if it wasn't for the fighter, it wouldn't be no. UFC, you know, and I say that, but that's why I say come to WWE, man. They'll pay you a whole lot of money. Vince McMahon, you ain't got to worry about making. Trust me, come to WWE, come talk to me, and we're gonna make it happen, man. I just want to.
We might just have to do that for sure. You know what I mean? We might have to make that move, baby.
I'm serious, man. I got some stuff coming up. I'm gonna be sending you an invite, man. Like I said, I'll fly you in and everything and whatnot, and take care of all that for you. And I would, urge you to just think about it. It might be something for you.
It might be. Hey, I'm there. You want me there? I'm there, baby.
You got it.